Here, Tosh. Hello and welcome to
Hey, we like your pod.
And we're going to tell you why. Hi, it's Dawn here, and I'm joined, as always, by my trusted partner, Matt Pickett. Maddie, it's good to see you. How are you?
Good, Don. Good to see you. Since we're doing every other week in the off
It
season, at
feels
least for the time
weird.
being, it's super weird. I know it's like, oh, I feel I haven't seen you forever. And like in a week where so much has happened with the roster, with the onset of the new league year and the free agency kind of like, happening.
Yeah,
It's like so much stuff has happened. And we'll talk about all of it tonight, of course.
of
But
course.
just really happy to be here with you, Don, as always, my friend.
I am so stoked about the new season. It's
Hmm.
officially the new year. And if you couldn't tell from my thumbnail, it was very celebratory. And I realized, and I'm calling it a new chapter, right? And I
Hmm.
realized how quickly I have shaken off all of the frustration and sadness from the previous season. I mean, it's like it didn't even happen. So, free agency and the draft coming up has a way of making us feel hopeful and renewed.
Indeed. True North, glad you're here. Thank you for the obligatory Matt's in a dungeon comment. Excellent. So
So,
go ahead, Don.
yeah. Well, I was just going to say, what are you most excited about? I mean, there's a lot that happened. I mean, Packers were really active this free agency season.
Yeah, most excited. Well, you know what? I was thinking we'd do, Don. I have the list of all the transactions up, and I was thinking we could talk through each one of them. Maybe give, because we're not like, expert analysts, but just talk about our feelings and our thoughts around them
It's
and
all
kind of,
about
what reactions we have.
feelings. Yes.
It's a vibe
Yes.
show we're doing here. So,
Yeah.
if you're ready, I'll start going through the list. You ready?
Yeah. Are you going to show the list or just say
Oh, I
it?
just have it up here. Yes, I'll just say it.
Okay,
All right.
perfect.
So
That's
going,
fine.
going chronologically, this list, by the way, compiled by Zach Cruz,
Oh,
who we
nice.
haven't had on the show yet.
We
I haven't told him out.
haven't?
I got to reach out to him. Yeah, I keep saying,
Zach,
I know,
come
dude.
join us.
It's funny how Zach Cruz of Packers Wired has an excellent running list with updates,
Oh,
and they're
okay.
chronological, which is nice. So the very first one that happened was the Packers re-signed Chris Brooks, the running back, Chris Brooks to a 2-year deal. This happened just over a week ago. Thoughts about Chris Brooks? Anything?
I didn't know that. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
on my list. I missed it. I knew I was missing things, but it was hard to keep up. I
Mhm.
did know that Emmanuel Wilson wasn't offered a contract since
Mhm.
we're
Mhm.
talking running backs, and I really like Emmanuel Wilson. But I think is what I know about Chris Brooks is he is showing a lot of promise.
No, his blocking ability is really, desirable to Matt LaFleur and how he does
Mm,
his scheme,
right.
how he designs plays, etc. And so I'm glad he's back. I kind of like Chris Brooks. And next one, then the Packers,
Okay.
of course, this is a big one. Traded Colby Wooden for
Mm,
linebacker Zaire Franklin from the Colts. What are your thoughts on
mm.
that one?
Pretty excited about that one. Franklin has, I have up his some awards and highlights from
Mm,
him. I was looking up. So he was a second team All Pro in 2024, not that long ago.
mhm.
He was Pro Bowler in 2024 also. And he was NFL combined tackles leader also in 2024. So 2024 was a good year for him. He has NFL statistics as of 2025, total tackles 738. Can you imagine tackling
Oh my
738 football
God.
players? Now, he started in 2018, so he's had a few years to accumulate.
True,
10,
true.
10 sacks, not bad. Forced fumbles, 10. Fumble recoveries, 1. Pass deflections, 26. I like that number. And 3 interceptions. So I like Franklin. Welcome, Franklin.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I put it all out there like that, Don. It's like, okay, major
Yeah.
pickup.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it makes, I was excited at first from whatever I heard. I was listening just to, because what's what we do here is we like to shout out our favorite content creators for the week. Of course, the Athletic Football Show and totally addicted to Ken Ingalls. and he's been on the ball with his
Mhm.
new YouTube channel. So those
Yes.
are my main sources. There were more than that, of course, because I'm a nut, but those are my two main sources for it. And I was trying to keep a list, but I knew I would miss some. Yeah. What's the next one?
I was just say I really like that Zaire Franklin was like a man of the year nominee. So a good
Mm,
high character fella, and we've seen a lot of clips of
very.
his charity work in the community that he had done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about him. As a good solid dude,
Yeah.
and of course his production in the past has been good. Hopefully it will. I mean, has been really good. Hopefully we see him kind of return to that high level that he has achieved in the past. I'm
Was
excited
there
about
any
that one.
rumors on why the Colts gave him up? Was it because they didn't want to? It was a cap thing for them and they couldn't
I'm not
afford
sure.
him.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
question. I don't know
Yeah.
the ins and outs of that one.
Okay.
Next, we re-signed linebacker and special teams demon Nick Neiman. Shout out to John Meredith for that one. He was talking about this, and he's like, and of course, he's a special teams demon, Nick Neiman.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Neiman, the special teams. How did I not think of that earlier?
Why
1 year
didn't
deal
we
for
all think
him.
of
Any
it?
any feelings?
That's
Any
right.
thoughts on this?
I would say, sorry, I just realized my light was too bright and it's blinding me. So sorry, so sorry. Oh, that's much better. Um, no, I mean, I like when we
Good thought.
resign. Well, just that when we resign, not resign, resign
Very important
players.
distinction.
I
Yes,
like
that
the,
hyphen does a lot of work.
I know, I like the continuity. I like that, you know, a lot of players do remain with the Packers. It's not an organization that's, one and done, one season and done and out.
Mhm.
And so the longer they're in the system, and it's an established system at this point, at least
Mhm.
with offense, um, I feel good about that. I feel good about retaining them, and I trust the process that the Packers know whether or not a team member should stay. Yeah.
And like one of the things Justice has been saying this week is that a lot of these signings and re-signings and whatnot are actually really for like special teams, which is like,
Mm,
he was saying basically like, is this showing that the Packers are like, they realize they need to change things since Bisaccia left. Like, this is like he left and he didn't tell his second command to like, to stick around or whatever. Or his second command like said if he'd heard earlier, he wouldn't have stuck around, I think is what it was, because he left too for I think for the Patriots or whatever. And so
Coach
kind of like
Bisaccia is at the Patriots.
no, sorry. I was saying, Bisaccia left, and then the guy who was like his assistant coach
Oh,
got
right,
a job somewhere else, maybe Patriots. But the
right, right,
assistant
right,
coach guy said that if he had heard that the Packers were, or that Bisaccia was going to leave, and would he stick around if the Packers are left? He's like, I would have left either way, which I think says like, ooh, maybe the special teams coordinators were fed up. And
right,
so maybe we're seeing like moves like reassigning Nick Neiman as a signal that the Packers are saying, okay, it's been a
right.
problem. We haven't really addressed it as well as we should have. We're gonna have some change in the way we our philosophy for who we have around for special teams. So it seems like a thing that might be like that. I mean, everyone says he's a great special teams player. We need those, so I'm in favor of it. It's a 1 year deal, so pretty low risk kind of situation.
I think there are several signals from the Packers in this last month that they're going to address this. I mean, basically, as as we've come to believe, the Packers' willful ignorance about about special teams, and it sounds like they're no longer going to just be willfully ignoring
Mhm.
special teams. Adam Prentice and Sky Moore are both good special teams players, and they've been brought in. So I'm hopeful that that's the case.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Hmm.
Next up, Packers re-signed Sean Ryan, center, 3 year
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah. Happy about that.
Mhm.
Hopefully, like I say this, I feel like I've said this for the last 3 seasons. Let's please not have musical chairs on the O line this time. I'm
Yeah.
really hoping, along with special teams, there's going to be a commitment to, oh, we'll just move them around because that has not been
Mhm.
a formula for
Wasn't working
success.
well.
Yeah, I like it. And I like him.
Yeah, I like it a lot too because it seems like Sean Ryan was really kind of showing his skill and his development, as a center down the
Yeah.
stretch at the end of last season. So
Yeah.
keeping him around and developing that continuity with Jordan Love, because of course the center quarterback relationship is very important. Really happy
Mm-hmm.
about that. And like you're saying, I think what we're seeing is hopefully a commitment to having, O linemen who actually just play their position and stop with the
Right.
musical chairs. Like, absolutely. I
Right.
think this is a good sign of that happening. So,
Yeah.
hugely in favor of this one. I was very happy to read it when it came down.
Good.
All right. Next up, we have this was a big one. Packers trading Rashawn Gary to the Cowboys for I think it was
Oh,
a fourth
yeah.
round pick in 2027.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, we didn't get very much for him, and I think I was very disappointed in his performance last year.
Yeah.
And I did hear, and I can't remember who said this, but I did hear that no team members, tweeted out or posted anything out
Yeah.
about being upset that he was leaving. And so I know he had great promise the season before. I don't know what happened last year, but hey, man, you can't have people you have to be consistently a team player and do your job. So I don't know what happened if he got the money but he's going
I
to
don't
have
know.
to prove himself at the Cowboys. It's really interesting how Jerry Jones, apart from Packers Miami, which is, going on, which is fine, which is understandable.
Understandable.
But it does seem like Jerry Jones really likes to take Packers players, and that's quite a compliment.
True. I
Even
think
though
it's
he's
John Muir
senile.
said, like, yeah, seriously, I think it's John Muir who said, like, this is bordering on elder abuse at this point. But no, if we got a fourth round pick, if I'm remembering that correctly, I feel like that's actually really good considering the fact that most people thought we weren't going to get anything. Is we just cut
Oh,
Rashawn Gary and that's it. So if we got something for it, it's like,
gotcha.
thank you, Jerry Jones. Thank you very much. But
I
yeah, I
didn't
mean,
realize we weren't going to get anything from him. It's good to get him off the books, though, for sure.
yeah,
Hmm.
all of that, right? So,
Yeah.
with just how lacking his effort looked with all the jogging, at the ends of plays that he was doing
It
last
was
season. It's like,
so
yeah, he
weird.
needed to go. I don't know why he
What
wasn't trying harder.
happened?
What
Yeah.
happened?
Because the year before he was a stud. I mean, it was very disappointing.
It was.
Yeah.
All right. Next
Mhm.
up, we have Malik Willis with the
Aw.
Dolphins.
Yeah. I'm happy for Malik.
Mhm.
And again, not surprised that he went there. And I'm happy for him. I wish there's of course not room in the budget, but if we could have kept him, that would have been
Oh,
great. But
it was
he's
great.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just so happy for him. Me too. It's exactly
Yeah.
what you said. Happy for him because
Hmm.
he was so great. And just like, there's that video of him giving food to like a homeless person when he was at the combine, and he's
Mm,
coming up. It's one of those moments where you're like, okay,
yeah. That's a
every
good guy.
player, every celebrity, everybody has like their PR people who are going to try to make them look good to the public, but you never
Hmm.
always know. Sometimes it's just a
Hmm.
facade. It's just PR. But a moment like that, you're like, no, that's genuine. Malik Willis, he's a good dude, and like the way how he was like a major like team player attitude kind of guy for the Packers,
Hmm.
did his absolute best every time he had to step in and helped us win games, and was just humble and hardworking and can't say enough about him. So happy that he has a chance now to be a starter again, and to keep that continuity. Even though obviously Jeff Hafley wasn't his side of the field,
Right.
but
Right.
just to have the continuity with him, with John Eric Sullivan, with all the
Right.
other package people they're bringing in, like I think it's just a great story. I'm just really happy for him.
Yeah. He was is a class act too. A
Yeah,
very you can tell he's very ethical and honest. I was a little surprised, and I don't remember where I heard this either, because again I oversaturate with content. But
same.
because and I wasn't it just came up in my thoughts. I wasn't going to cover this, but somebody mentioned his contract, whatever it is, 25 million for 3 years or something like that. Each year,
I forget what
25.
it is. Yeah,
It
something like
wasn't
that.
super high. I mean, I feel like he's proven that he's worth at least that. But they also said there was some funny money that's going to go his way. So I was like, I don't know that Malik, he's a pretty stand-up guy, so I don't know what
Mhm.
was meant by funny money, but we know that there is some of that goes on, especially with wealthy teams that are willing to, pay under the table and stuff. So I was like, no, I don't think my Malik would do that. I don't think he'd go for that. We'll see.
I agree. Yeah. So yay for Malik.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Kingsley and Agbari signed with the
Mm,
Jets.
yeah. Mm. There's two things sad about that.
Well said.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I was sad to see him go.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah,
I think for
but
me, we don't have to hear people saying his name wrong for every week anymore, which I'm really happy
uh,
about that. So,
mhm.
people, and Nagbar, he said it on TV several times. Come on.
Mhm.
Shout
Yeah,
out to Matt Schneidman. He always said it correctly. Really appreciated that about him.
good for
I
him.
know, right? Okay, so I think I liked having him around. I'm glad he got a new gig. Sorry that it's with the Jets. Next up,
Yeah.
re-signed Darian Kennard, O-line.
Oh, I forgot about him. I remember hearing that. Why half of these people are not. You know why? Because I didn't put the re-signs. I just put like the new people
Mm,
and the ones who went.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
re-signs are important, I think.
I'm
Yeah.
cool. Of course, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with
Yeah,
that.
I like what he did when he was on the field, especially when they're doing like those jumbo packages, right, with six linemen, which those were always really fun when they did those. And
Hmm.
yeah, no problem with that. They released Elton Jenkins.
Right. That was kind of expected, but again,
Mhm.
a little bit sad. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had so many good years with us, and it was weird how he just kind of like flamed out at the end there. And hopefully he
Yeah.
finds, a return to form with his new team.
Did he
Um,
get a new team? I'm not sure. Did he get a new team yet, Elton?
I think he signed with the Texans. Is that right? I'm
Oh,
sure Joe will hit us up in the
okay.
comments with
Okay.
the truth. I will. I just want to highlight one of Joe's comments real fast. By the way, hey Joe, thanks for being here, man.
Hi,
Um,
Joe.
Joe said, "I'm still convinced Sean Ryan is as a reincarnated '80s pro wrestler." Oh, there it is, Cleveland. Of course, I remember reading that
Right,
now, and being
right,
like,
right,
"Oh
right, right,
no,
right. Yeah.
so sorry."
Almost as bad as the Jets. A little bit better, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, that depends on the year, I guess, but
Mm.
either way, not great for him. All right, next up, Quay Walker with the Raiders.
Kind of expected him to go, kind of sad about it, but was pretty much expecting it, so it made it feel a little less sad. And of course, I hate the Raiders. So
Yeah,
I think the
I know
Raiders
you
are
do.
just, oh my gosh, what
I
a
mean,
mess the
they're
Raiders.
just so bad right now. Like they're just
Yeah,
so they're so bad.
there's so
Um,
much there. Yes.
I really like Quay Walker a lot.
Yeah,
I wish they could have found a way to keep him around. I know
I
that
know.
he wasn't always like perfectly consistent. And nobody is,
Right.
and so there's that. But his story of like going from being kind of hot-headed and not in control of his
Yes.
anger to like becoming more zen and like being really
Yes.
focused and being like
Love
just
that.
the maturity he gained in his time with the team is really
Yeah.
great, so I liked
Mhm.
that story, but so it goes. Let's
Well, he'll
see.
lose all of that Zen at the Raiders. He won't. It's like get rid of that because you need to be a hothead again. So maybe
Oh
it'll work
yes.
out for him.
The next one, we re-signed Christian Welch. Speaking of special teams, any strong feelings about
Hmm.
that one?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
yeah, you have our special teams players.
More,
Next up.
more of those, and more, and we've like no shortage of O line, not O line of linemen now.
Mhm.
We went from like 3 to 6 decent ones, so
Yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
move. Yeah. Yeah.
Next up, this was one that I thought was really interesting. Signing cornerback Benjamin St. Juste.
Ah, yes. Yes. Cornerback. You have a little cold. I thought you said quarterback. And I said, did we get sick? Okay.
I do have a little cold. It's true.
Yes. Saint-Just.
St. Juste.
Yes. Yes, I have a little blurb about him. I
Oh,
like him. I like him. Well, of course, I had to look him up because of his French name, so he'll fit in great
mhm.
with Matt LaFleur.
Nephew of St.
Um,
Juste.
so he was at the Commanders for 3 years, then the Chargers last year, and now here. So his career statistics, not bad. 243 tackles, 3 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. That's hard to say. Of 1 fumble recovery, 41 pass deflections.
Pretty good.
41 I know,
Yeah.
and 2 interceptions. So he grew up in Montreal, speaking French and Haitian Creole before learning English.
Hmm.
His heritage and path from, oh my gosh, I'm going to totally butcher this. Cégep de Montréal, which is a college in Old Montreal, which is beautiful, such a
Okay.
beautiful city, to the NFL, which make him one of the few Canadian-born players in the league.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's from Montreal. I was looking up
Montreal.
his name and I'm like, well, tell me about this guy and his name and so there's a certain amount of obviously if you live in Montreal, you're going to be bilingual. You're going to speak French no matter what your background, but he's also Haitian Creole, so it's like a French Creole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I know.
So this is one where I was like, yeah, good cornerback. It's a good cornerback. But
He looks good. Like he's going to be good. Yeah.
yeah, he does. But then Justice was saying he's pretty sure that this is a special team signing primarily.
Mm.
Could be competing for like corner 3 or 4, depending on what we
Mm-hmm.
pick up in the draft. But it's like, oh, I kind of had the impression he was better than just being like special teams and like end of the bottom of the depth chart for corners. But it's a chance for him to show what he can do. And if it is just more focus on special teams, as we've already said, that's not a bad thing. So
That's
either
not
way,
a bad thing.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
there
about
is a little blurb I picked up from that. It says in the NFL, he had moments of strong play, but has also faced criticism from fans and analysts about consistencies and penalties, which is part of why he's often viewed as a solid piece rather than a true lockdown corner. So, mixed opinions on his
mixed
play
opinions.
style, but
Joe
the Packers
says,
can straighten him up.
I think so. I
Hmm.
hope so.
Hmm.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Joe says in the chat here, nah, he's a tackling machine, which is the cornerback room, which needs, considering the lack of tackling from that room. Agreed.
Right.
And also, Joe mentioned, make me laugh, Joe. Joe said, Matt has a cold. It's because of the miserable conditions. It's because of the miserable conditions in solitary confinement. You
Well,
know what, Don? This needs to be the weekend where I actually hang that silly flag behind me. Oh, my goodness. All right. Next up here, working our way through the list. Packers released Nate Hobbs. Nate Hobbs out.
yeah. Bye.
Right? I was like, good. He
Yeah.
wasn't good. But okay, here's
Yeah.
the thing,
Not a
right?
surprise.
So I saw Zach Jacobson and David Bakhtiari kind of going at each other about this one because Zach was like,
Mm.
he was injured and he gave his all, and David Bakhtiari was like, yeah, he sucked, whatever. And they kind of went back and forth a bit. I was like, whoa,
Uh-huh.
beefing with Bakhtiari. I think Zach made a good point there, but just the
Yeah.
same, like,
True.
it didn't
True.
work out, and it was really
No.
disappointing, and we tried to pay him a lot of money to be bad. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not sad to see him go, frankly.
Right. Right.
All
We
right,
need
next
to.
up, Romeo
Hmm?
Dobbs with the Patriots.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah, I
sad.
know.
I'm not surprised, but I'm like so sad.
Yeah.
I love him. I'm gonna have to remove my pinned um post on Blue Sky, which is Romeo being
Oh, yeah, that's
Romeo.
right.
At the game you were at, he was over
Mhm.
like doing his crazy thing, and oh, I know that's that guy has like my heart. I love that guy.
Just a lovable little weirdo. It's kind of like when we lost
Mm-hmm.
Jamal Williams, like,
Uh-huh.
he wasn't the best player on the team, but he's really good and he was really fun. And
Yeah, he
I'll
was
miss him
so
being around
fun.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he
Good
does
on Romeo.
well. I hope he's happy.
I think he will. It seems like he's a really good fit with the team.
Hmm.
Ben Solak and Mina Khan's talking about this.
Hmm.
Ben Solak is very excited about this, his fit with Drake May, right? And how that's like the target, the person that they need to really unlock
Hmm.
the offense there. And so,
Hmm.
if Romeo Dobbs becomes more of a star, in
Yeah,
his new job, that's great. I
I
hope it
think so. Oh,
happens.
I'll be rooting for him for sure. I'll be watching. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll miss him. All right, next up, Elton Jenkins signed with the Browns. Oh, that was in there. Okay, then we have Sky Moore picking up Sky Moore, wide receiver / kick returner / punt returner, I believe too. Sky
Hmm.
Moore, any thoughts about that?
He's got a good career history. He was with
Mhm.
the Chiefs for 2 years and the Niners 1 year, so he's not super old. Awards and highlights: two-time Super Bowl champion, two-time first team All MAC, second team All MAC, which I believe refers to college stuff, which I know very
It
little.
does.
I forget, Mid Atlantic, I believe, conference. So yeah, so statistics: 48 receptions, 581 receiving yards, one receiving touchdown, 58 rushing yards, and 1,377 return yards. So that's a lot of yards to return. We would like some return yards on our team, please.
Hmm.
Thank you. Please.
Yeah, it was the kind of thing where like a lot of people last season. I remember I think Andy and Justice both saying like we have enough cap space and we can make a roster spot for an actual returner who's a dedicated
Mm-hmm.
returner. Why are we not doing this? This is such an easy
Mm-hmm.
thing to fix.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they fixed it.
We
If they
did
keep him
it.
around, that is, if it works out. Obviously, there's no guarantee, but seems like a really smart move to me. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Well, he's
But
proven he can do it. So if he
yeah,
doesn't do it for the Packers, I don't know. I mean, injury or something's really wrong. I would
yeah,
just like this.
yeah,
I don't think there's anything. I don't think it's anything that the Packers can't overcome with special teams. It just requires management commitment.
indeed.
Yeah.
Next up, re-signing DN Brenton Cox Jr.
I
Yep,
don't know that much about. I mean, he didn't. Did he play that
he's played
much
a little
last?
bit. He hasn't played a
Yeah.
ton.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I
I'm like, okay.
he's shown flashes. He
Yeah.
has a lot of potential. And more than anything, True North and Iowa Joe can tell you this is that having him around means we can keep making jokes about his name on Lombardi's bar. So thanks for keeping it on the Cox. Packers, appreciate it. Next
Oh my
up,
gosh.
Donovan Jennings and Bo Melton are both tendered.
Yes.
And I don't think anybody else like sniped them at this point. I don't think so.
Right.
So
I like Bo. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Good.
I love Bo Melton, right? I love
Mm-hmm,
him.
mm-hmm. I think
Uh,
he's good.
I love
Yeah.
him as much as Dan Koenig hates him. So really happy to have him around. You know, Jonathan Ford is one of those like I don't know if they really even know what they have in him yet. It seems like they haven't used him a lot.
Right.
But if they think they've got something there, then great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jonathan
They
Ford
know.
was actually what? Oh, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Donovan Jennings, like Jonathan Ford, either way, we still have to kind of see what they have. Because
Right.
they tendered Donovan Jennings and they re-signed Jonathan Ford. See, I'm confused because like they're both like these Packer
Right.
roster shadow players. You know what I mean?
Well, right. And then Ford, it was like he was a Packer and then he wasn't a Pack. He was at the Bears for a minute and then he came back. It was just very confusing.
Mhm. I know, right? All right, next up, we re-signed tight end and Bearcat Josh Wiley.
Oh, Wiley. I think Wiley is Wiley. I think he has promise. I like him.
He is Wiley. Yeah,
He's Wiley,
he
like a
had
coyote.
really cool little moments,
Mm-hmm.
last part of last season, right? I
Yeah.
like him, and I'm always happy to see. I mean, I didn't go to UC. I just worked there, but when I see one of the students go out and
Yes.
make it in the NFL, especially if they end up with the Packers, makes me happy.
Yeah.
I have some
Yeah.
pride with that place. So very happy about that myself, actually.
I like
All
it.
right. Okay. This is for me. This is like the one that I'm really excited about is the Packers signed Javon Hargrave. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a really big move. Very
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't realize he was with the Vikings last year. How did I
Mhm.
miss that? Two times Pro Bowler in 21 and 2023. Black College Football Pro Player of the Year Award in 2020.
Oh.
Two-time first team All MEAC, which is mid something, also college, but
Mhm.
2 years first team in college. I forget mid ME. I forget what the initials. I looked it up and it's over my head. It's like I'm not interested in college football, so it doesn't stick with me. But yeah, he's got really good numbers. I'm excited about him. He's bounced around a bit. Steelers, Eagles, 49ers, Vikings, and now with the Packers.
That's because I think it was being a player from the Eagles. I mean, obviously he was with
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota just for last year. He was really good with the Eagles. And so we
Mm-hmm.
need that kind of production back. And of course the thing here, there's the connection with, Jonathan Gannon was there
Yes.
and with the Eagles when he was there. And,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, oh, maybe, because he had a down year last year. So maybe Jonathan Gannon can kind of like, re-unlock and get him back to top form. And I think he could be awesome. And I think it'll be a really important piece for the defense. I'm very excited about that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Speaking, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just thinking about our division. It's like I can't wait to see him and Micah and our, whole defense package this coming season.
Mhm.
How they address Caleb Williams because he likes to run around and get away. And I do think that he is going to be pretty good at running that dude down. I think he's more one that could maybe do that. And that's important. And we don't have to worry about the Vikings because they've got Kyler Murray, and what's JJ McCarthy. So we're good
and
there.
9.
Yeah. And then the Lions, so as far as our divisionals, I like the look of our defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally agree. All right, we're almost there. We got 2 more here, Dawn. Second to
Okay.
last. We lost to the Dolphins, cryptid and safety Zane Anderson.
Oh, right. I forgot about Zane Anderson. Well, he had to go though, too. Didn't he just have to go for numbers reasons? I mean, there wasn't really a choice on it. Yeah. So, go
Yeah.
Dolphins,
Like,
whatever. It's going to be interesting seeing the Dolphins this coming season. It's going to be really interesting. Yeah.
and the last one then is the Seahawks signed Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, I'm sad about Emmanuel. I really liked Emmanuel. I believed in Emmanuel. I think he's talented and good for him because he's going to a team that just won the Super Bowl and
Yeah.
probably has a pretty decent chance of doing well this coming year. I don't think the Seahawks are going to suffer from that post Super Bowl. They do terribly the next year. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And I'm happy to see him go. I'm happy for him to go there. I wish we could have kept him. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him a lot, but
Yeah.
good for him for getting the chance with another
With a good team.
really, really good team.
Right.
All right,
Exactly.
so that was our roundup, Don, of all the Packers moves in the new league.
Our
year.
emotional response.
Yes, that's right. Vibes.
Because that's mostly what I had. Vibes. Exactly.
There are a couple comments on.
It's time for this week's superlatives.
Don, you hijacked me with the superlatives.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were
hilarious.
talking. I am so sorry.
What?
I thought we were transitioning, and I didn't realize you were talking until I hit the button.
Well, yeah, on the screen, you just put it there. I wanted to highlight a couple of the comments we were talking through all that. Iowa Joe says, Matt needs to do some of his commissary to get hot tea and honey with a neti pot. I agree.
Commissary.
I was talking to the warden. And then also related, we had from True North, he said, anyone else think that the monster from Alien is about to drop down from the ceiling at the mat in a second? It could happen. It's true.
No.
I did like 2 where True North said, watch the French broadcast of an NFL game sometime. It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I bet it would be. That's a good idea. Thank you, Iowa. No, that's True North. Thank you,
yeah, there's one last one I wanted to mention too. And Don, of course, if there's any others you want to hit, go for it. But my last one I wanted to highlight. Joe said, I view the Moore signing like Hardman signing last year. Like, take a long, hard look at him during training camp, but no guarantees. And that's kind of how I was thinking of it too, actually. So, like, let's see what happens in training camp. And
I wish we could see more of training camp, but yeah, I get the sentiment for sure. I agree. Good point. Good point. As always, Iowa Joe.
That's right. So, superlatives. Take it away, Dawn.
It's time. Oh, I'm taking away. Okay, well, I have a theme. Let's see. I have a theme. It's the new chapter theme. It's a new chapter now. So let's start out with some fun. Most regrettable goes to Max Crosby and the Raiders debacle. What's up, Dacquisto? What is going on with that general manager over there? Okay. So also, side note, Harbaugh must be super happy he's not part of all that, which also is an Eric DaCosta thing. And Eric DaCosta actually said he bore some responsibility for Harbaugh's firing, even though he wasn't the one pulling the trigger. He acknowledged that the roster build and performance weren't up to expectations, which is part of the reasons Harbaugh was let go. And now DaCosta is gutted about Crosby. So I have so many thoughts about this, and I just want to say I loved all the drama and everyone getting all riled up about it. It was so fun. It was so fun. So Ravens GM DaCosta, Eric DaCosta, publicly said he was gutted that Max Crosby trade fell through. What was that? Yesterday. Was that yesterday? He said that yesterday during a press conference the day after. So it happened on the 10th. It was said to have collapsed after the Raiders announced that the Ravens had backed out of the trade, which is also kind of dramatic.
Yeah.
That post.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know, right? When that hit, it's just like, What is going
What?
on?
Yeah, we're not talking about this anymore. But also, there had been some commentary, like probably about a month ago, notably from former Raiders CEO and my buddy Amy Trask.
She's so great.
Yeah, she's so great. The Princess of Darkness, as she's known, suggesting that Max Crosby's off-field relationships with figures like Tom Brady and broadcaster Jim Gray extend beyond just locker room interactions and might factor in how the Raiders view his value. But then he was traded. So, as is with everything in the NFL, there might be way more than meets the eye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you, Tom Brady. There are whispers that Tom Brady might have had a hand in the Max Crosby trade drama. But
Really?
I didn't say that. I just heard it. I heard it. I'm just
Yep.
saying, I'm hearing it.
Allegedly.
Whispers, whispers. Still, in the NFL, as you know, there's always room for whispers behind the scenes. I just was like, this is something. I don't know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but we're keeping an eye on this because I don't think this is over. The whole
Yeah, 'cause
thing with him.
when they
Yeah.
say that they failed him because of physical, like we failed Elton Jenkins with physical designation, then he's picked up right away by the Browns. Like this is a thing that it doesn't have to. This is Max Crosby. This is a player you actually wanted or should want because he's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels fishy.
It's
as fishy
so
as when,
weird.
It's as fishy as when Rashawn Gary was like hacked, and put up like the farewell post and was taken down. That's how fishy this is.
Did he say he was hacked? I heard it was
Yes.
taken down. Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah, no, you weren't. That's no.
It's funny. But it was premature on his part. So,
It was.
yeah. Yeah, there's just the whole thing. But I will say, Max Crosby is like such, he embodies what the Raiders are. I mean, he is just such a Raider, and I don't think he really wanted to leave that. Even him saying that he was wanting to be traded because they benched him for 2 weeks or the last two games, because he was injured. That didn't even seem plausible at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just a rumor. And it's like, I mean, he does seem like he could be a bit of a hothead and in that type of thing, but I just want to play. Like, come on. Most players would be like, yeah, I just had knee surgery. I can see why I should probably sit out. We're not going to go anywhere. We're at the bottom of the league anyway. So let's finish tanking so we can get the number one pick and get a quarterback, which they desperately need. So the whole thing was just like way too many things. And the fact that Tom Brady has not said one word publicly and nobody's asking him, it's like, this is interesting. I mean, owners don't usually weigh in anyway, but I don't know. The whole thing.
He's a
is
public
just,
figure tied to the team. I mean,
he really, yeah. If you're going to ask anybody, you would think. I don't know. I just think the whole thing is super intriguing and funny.
I agree. Don. Absolutely.
Yeah, what do you have for your first superlative, Maddie?
Yeah. First one's most helpful. So combine hits and you start hearing more and more of the the draft. Whoa, can think of the word the draft.
I know.
Draft talk, and it's just like these names coming at you, and
Yes. It's a lot.
people like Joe can process it and do episodes about all the different groups.
So
which is
smart.
amazing. Joe, you
Yes.
impress me, man.
Very smart.
But I don't have a handle on it, and it's just like it's like drinking from the fire hose with all the names. So most helpful, what I was saying of this superlative is going to Jacob Morley, because what he did on Pack a Day like last week, he recapped the combine, but what he did isn't just like it was just like names and figures. He recapped the combine talking about like how are some of these players based on what they did in the combine now more likely to be fits with the Packers, teams that the Packers might or players that the Packers might be going after, so like how does this shape the what I'm trying to say is like looking at the combine through a Packers lens is what he did there. And so it's really handy. Like a couple names now kind of stuck, had a better sense of like what was happening there. And so I really appreciated that. I thought it was a great way to start to like ease into the ocean of draft knowledge out there to be attained.
Yes, because the next thing you know, we're going to be draft weekend. Or, what is it, 4 weeks? Is it 4 weeks from now?
No, it's like 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Toward the end of, but it's fast because you have to do so much homework for draft. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, but if you do, it's much more
It's rewarding.
enjoyable. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's for sure. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Jacob Morley. I like it. Jacob
Mm-mm.
Morley and Joe too, because hey,
Here,
Joe
here,
is
here,
he's really good at this stuff, and I am not, and that's good.
Me
That
neither.
I'm like into gossip this week. So my next one goes to best two-person play, and this again on my theme. This is a new chapter for them. These two persons.
Mhm.
Did you know Carmen Vitale and David Hellman from the Athletic Football Show are getting married?
I didn't know they were a couple. Oh no, I love that. Okay, because he's been living in Chicago, because they're doing a lot of the athletic stuff, football show
Yes.
stuff live. And
Yes.
he's talked a lot about living in Chicago this last year. And
Yes.
she's mentioned before that I didn't know they were a couple.
Exactly. So May 29th, 2026. Save the date, people. We gotta raise a glass. So I was, as always, listening to the Athletic Football Show, and
Mhm.
David always talks about his girlfriend, and then he mentioned his fiance at least
Mhm.
once, and I think it was this most recent week he mentioned his fiance Carmen, and I'm like, what? My Carmen? My Carmen in Chicago? You got to be kidding! And so I did some sleuthing, as we do.
Mhm.
The ceremony is set in Rome. I happened upon this little pop culture moment in the NFL when David, who often mentions her, mentioned Carmen, who also covers football. And I'm like, well, how many Carmens can there be in Chicago that cover? It wasn't too hard to figure out. And I gasped. And then I started snooping. And she had an engagement announcement on Twitter. So I verified and she tagged
Mm,
him. And their wedding plans are adorable, and they're on the Knot website, if you're
mhm.
familiar with it.
I
So go
am.
ahead and look it up. TheKnot.com, Carmen Vitale and David Hellman, May 2026 / our story. Those are all the words, each word hyphenated. But if you want it, it's adorable. You can see their pictures, their story. It's really fun.
Aw.
Really fun. So
Those are two you know, um, content creators who I really enjoy. You know,
yeah,
I like them both
yeah.
every time they show up on a podcast, and what Dave Hellman's been bringing to the athletic football show this last year.
Hmm.
Since he came on as a regular voice, that makes me so happy.
Isn't
Don, that
that
makes
great?
me
I
so
was so
happy. That is
happy too.
so
I'm so
beautiful.
glad you had the same reaction because I was just like, I'm so weird. Like, this is making me so happy. But good for David for mentioning it and then like
Mhm,
popping her name in there. And it, because he was talking about getting some news and they were they were in making dinner or something. They both
mhm.
had to stop what they were doing because this big, I can't even remember what the news was now. I was so excited
Uh,
about, he mentioned Carmen and I was like, oh, that is too adorable. And seeing their photos is fun too. It's just fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's great.
Yeah. What's your next one?
Well, speaking of fun, my next one is most fun. So, every year there are some amazing names of some of the people who could be drafted, and
Mm.
to the point where Key and Peele had the whole East West bowl with all the funny names of players they came up with, and so this year the first time I saw something like this was our friend Sam Sandwich.
Yes. Yeah.
She did the 2026 NFL Cool Name Draft,
Okay.
and I don't have it in front of me, but of course, she found some great names, and
Hmm.
it's Sam, so she's not just gonna find the name; she's gonna write funny stuff about them too.
Right. Right.
So, really, really, just a ton of fun on that. I wish I had the names.
Yay.
I wish I had it in front of me. I should pull it up. Sorry about that, Don.
That's
Just
okay.
to hit some of the names for us, but
No,
all
we
the reason to go
know.
actually drive some engagement to acmepackingcompany.com, which is the people who Sam writes for.
Right.
You all should know about acmepackingcompany.com.
That's
It's not
right.
like
You
it's
better
a
know.
secret.
You
It's
better
one of the
know.
foremost best sites to go to for package
Yes.
information.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that was a good one. Shout out to Sam for that.
I love it. She does such a great job with those kinds of things. And
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. Like if there's ever anyone, because we mentioned a lot of names, even beyond our top three superlatives, we usually
yeah,
have at least 10 more people. Just hit us up in the messages if you need a link to any of these things. But
true.
the more we say about it, the less likely you're going to go look. So we want you to go look at Sam's content for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So on that same theme of a new chapter, newest chapter, God, I hope so. Okay,
Okay.
and I'm thank you for this one. Okay, because I had a different superlative, but I put this one in. Thank you, Matt.
Hmm.
So while teams are writing a new chapter with the new league year and free agencies, the NFL has a largely invisible background processing going on that can have impacts to the next season and beyond. What is it? Well, in a previous episode, I talked about Heather McPhee's case over highlighting unresolved legal and ethical issues from Lloyd Howell's tenure as executive director of the NFL Players Association. You know, the stripper guy. And JC,
I hope
and
that's his legacy.
I
Being
know,
the
oh, it's
stripper
going
guy.
to be.
I hope
And
so.
JC, he did way more wrong than that, but that's the one that really got him. And JC Treader, looking at you, JC, very disappointed, who facilitated Lloyd's role in leadership at the NFLPA. And there's a whole reason for that I went into in the previous episode. I won't
Yep.
get into that. But rightly, his association and role in the unions, and this is the players' union, so this protects our players, okay? It's important. In the union's operations, put him under a microscope. That's why some see, guess what this is? JC's new candidacy as a controversial item despite his experience. I personally hope he's not elected. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. It was his original plan when he placed Lloyd in that position because he was trying to secure his place.
Hmm.
So, no, if he is, the NFL is worse than I had imagined. So, what am I talking about here? So, who votes at the NFL executive director decision and why does it matter? So this weekend, right here where I live in San Diego, the NFLPA is holding a crucial vote. The Players Association, our players union, is holding a crucial vote that they do every year. But it's players reps who decide the next
Hmm.
executive director, not the players. Each team elects refs to speak for their teammates, and those form the board of player representatives and executive committee. So these reps interview candidates, ask tough questions, hopefully, and cast their ballots. The executive director they choose will do what? They will negotiate contracts,
Hmm.
protect players' rights, manage legal challenges. There are many in the NFL right now, and shape union strategy on everything from healthcare to revenue sharing, and also, let's just say how many games they play every season
Yep.
and how much they practice or don't practice, all of it. So why it matters is the executive director doesn't just handle the paperwork. They fight for salaries, safety, and free agency rights, standing up to NFL owners on behalf of the players. So after last year's leadership scandals, this vote in San Diego will have league-wide consequences for every NFL locker room. So I did a little deep dive on this, as you can see. So some of the current known members, just so you know what this is, of the NFLPA Executive Committee, so these are the people who would vote. Some of the members, and it's not, you can't get a list of who they are. It's just everything's so secretive with the NFL. But some of them are known to be Oren Burks, Calais Campbell, Austin Eckler, Tom Hennessy, Cam Hayward, Casey Keenum, Ryan Kelly, Brandon McManus, Tom Morstead. Those are just some that have been known to be elected by other players to represent them for this very important vote. And like also going on in the background is Heather McPhee's lawsuit against the union, and they're fighting that. But the three people that are up for this position are JC Treader, which is shocking because he's resigned in shame. What is he doing?
And didn't he say, no, I won't go for that position? Like, no, it's not going to be me. It shouldn't be me. And now he's going for it.
Yeah. Well, you got to wonder why it's so important to him.
Hmm.
David White, who is currently the interim stand-in executive director, he was brought in there for the interim. He represented Hollywood in unions, and he seems to be doing a good job.
But he's like
And
not a football guy, right?
not a football guy, but he's doing a good job right now.
Hmm.
So, and then there's this dude named Tim Pernetti, and he's also he's American Conference Commissioner, whatever that is. So some college background, and they're saying that he is, he has a fresh perspective, potential for structural reform, viewed as independent of past scandals. So obviously, Treader, he's got a player perspective. He knows the job, blah blah blah. But he's very much part, and the way that my background was like saying it, I don't agree with part of Howell's inner circle. It's actually was the other way around. Howell was part of Treader's plan. So I really hope, if all I'm going to say, personal input here, personal opinion, of course, is if he were to be brought back in at that position, I would just be blown away. And the NFL is way worse than I thought it was. I'm hoping for David White, to be honest. He's the interim and he seems to be okay. And he has a lot of union experience and a good head for that kind of, head on his shoulder for that kind of work, that, union work. So these are the guys who actually do the work. Whereas the other people, the president and whatnot, they're not like the ones who are actually down in the trenches. So I am shocked that Treader's even on the list.
Ugh.
But this is going on right now, and it's very shady. And I do think Heather McPhee has a really good case against the union for like a long list of her claims. That's going to take a long time to settle, and if it doesn't go to trial, we'll never know if it's settled, what the deal was, but it's going to take a long time. So, yeah, so thanks for pointing me on that. I didn't realize it was this weekend. And
that broke today is when ESPN dropped that story. And I was like, oh, Dawn, I have to see this. I bet she saw it already, but here, Dawn, check this out. Yeah, I'm just interested to see how that continues to develop because...
Well, yeah, in the Sorry, I'm talking over you. I didn't mean to do that. The ESPN that you shared, the article that you shared with me, which is a good article if you're not familiar with this or haven't been keeping up, because I've mentioned a lot of the stuff here, but it's easy to forget, but it does a really good job of like bringing, it's mostly just the history of what happened. It really just doesn't talk that much about, it just mentions that, okay, this election is going on now in San Diego. So I had to do a little bit more probing to find out, wait a minute, who exactly are these, who's up, who's voting, how much power did they have? So the ESPN thing was, I'm glad you brought it to my attention, but it made me do much more research because it was mostly just rehashing of what we already knew.
Yeah.
Except for just reminding us that the election was going on, which I should have known about. I kind of had it on my radar, but I forgot. So yeah, there's a lot to the NFL. Yeah. There's a lot to the, hopefully it'll turn out well, though. Hopefully Twitter won't be back in there. I mean, I'm very disappointed in him. He claims that he didn't know any of it.
Come on, man.
And if you didn't, then you're really not the guy for the job either, because you should have had it. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Right. What else do you have, Maddie?
Yeah, I got one more last superlative for you tonight. Coolest artist is what we're going with here. So, every now and then a person has the platform, let's say, to unleash a really wonderful piece of art unto the world. And it's a beautiful thing to see this happen, to see a great idea conceptualized and brought forth, and we're all better off for it, And so this week, with all the, roster changes happening, welcoming new players in, of course, Don, our friend Erin Alice was doing some jersey swap pictures. And she did a great one for Zaire Franklin, including having him holding some Culvers in his hands out on the field. And so Zaire Franklin had sent out like a tweet, like, I forget, it's something like, "What up, Green Bay? Who can hit me with a jersey swap picture?" And so he highlighted one that was like a serious and like well done one, but like everybody in the comments was like, use Erin's, because she posted one that was, of course, and everyone was like, like retweeting and like, trying to hype her up because it's the bit, right? And so in the end, though, this was so cool, Don. Once the Packers officially tweeted out that they were, trading for him, because the Packers will officially take their time to actually say those things until things are like all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, right?
Hmm.
So when they finally did, Zaire Franklin
Oh
quote
my
tweeted
God.
it with the picture that Aaron made, the art, the profound art that Aaron made and shared with us. And that was just so cool. I had to message
Oh,
her
I
and be like,
love
"Oh my God, Aaron,
it.
this is amazing!" So
Oh,
I love it. I love it.
I just,
Kudos to Aaron.
yeah,
So cool.
yes, so fun. And to Javon, because obviously he has a great sense, or Zaire, sorry,
Mhm.
why did I say Javon?
I don't know. It's funny.
Great sense of humor. Because I was looking at one of her other ones. It's Javon
Oh yeah, yeah.
With a plate of, what is this, like fried fish and tartar sauce or something?
Probably because Wisconsin
Yeah,
fish fries.
I guess so. I guess so.
Yeah.
But no, this is great that he retweet. I love that.
Hopefully he also does. I think it was Colin Oliver was the one who used
Oh
Aaron's picture as his profile picture.
no, I didn't.
Actually on Twitter, I think it's Colin Oliver was the one. Colin Oliver.
So fun.
So fun. I love it. Makes
I
me so
love
happy.
it. I love it a lot. I definitely I've been thinking a lot about getting back to my paint. I have like this painting that I half started for Jamie Cheesebutt.
Uh-huh.
And I started it, and then I had like life happen, months of life happening, and it's just sitting there on my table, my kitchen table. I'm obviously not cooking very much these days, so I've been just thinking, oh, I cannot wait to get back to painting again and doing art. So I thought I was totally expecting something different with your superlative, but yeah, shout out to Erin and her jersey swaps. They're nothing
Oh,
like
it's
it.
so fun.
So good. Well, Maddie, any final thoughts before we wrap it up tonight? And thank you for the chatters for being here. Let's just make sure. Should we have any chats that we have to highlight before we say goodnight? So, oh, and so Iowa Joe asks if Carmen Vitale is any relation to former Packers
Fullback.
fullback Danny Vitale. I recognize that name too. I have no idea. Maybe,
Hmm.
maybe.
Further research is warranted.
Yeah, let's try if anyone can find out. And then True North says hopefully Matt can get a day parole pass to attend the wedding in Rome. Oh my gosh. What are your thoughts on destination weddings?
Oh, if all your friends are rich, it's a great thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
If we had good friends who we loved and cherished as part of our life and they had a destination wedding overseas, I'd be like, sorry. Have
I
fun, I guess.
know.
You
I
know.
know.
Don't know who you're gonna celebrate with, but yeah. But if you're like a football player and you have a ton of money or whatever,
Well,
because didn't Jordan Love and Veronica didn't they get married somewhere in Europe?
no, they got
No,
engaged in Italy, but they
got
got married in
engaged in
Northern
Italy.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, you're right. I got that
But I
one
do
mixed up.
think they had like a weekend wedding, so it kind of was like a destination. I mean, it was. If you didn't live in Northern California, it would have been a destination wedding because it was at a hotel. It was a whole weekend.
Yeah.
I just got invited to one too, and it's like, oh, it's to a place that is really very like world class. Okay, but I've been there. I've been there. And I'm like,
Been there.
like, do I want to go? I know it's not a super, it's out of the country, but it's not super far for me. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind seeing it again. Yes, it's funny. But yeah, to go, and I was like, I don't know if I would go to Italy for a wedding, even if it was a really good friend. It'd be like, that's a lot. Maybe like your annual vacation,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah,
Well, that's the thing too. I guess when you ask the question, I think of it in terms of taking my whole family to some place
right,
where it'd be really
right,
expensive. But it's I guess, if I didn't have the kids or if they stayed with their
right,
grandparents or whatever else, it's like,
right.
yeah, actually, it is in the end, if you have the money, and the time, it is a great excuse to
Time, yeah.
travel, to someplace
Hmm.
new, which is always good. I
It's
don't know.
kind of immersive. It's kind of like an immersive experience.
Yeah, and that's kind of
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
but also money,
Money and time.
money and
And
time,
for me,
resources,
health,
man.
it's like traveling. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, am I going to get sick over there? Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. We'll see. We'll see. So, all right, Maddie, any final thoughts before we wrap
Nah,
her up?
nah.
You're all out of that. There was a lot of thoughts we
fresh.
had.
I know, right? That's when we go every other week, we're gonna be full of thoughts.
Full of thoughts and feelings. So many feelings on the new year, what did I call it? The new chapter.
New chapter.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I'm excited. I'm just amazed at my ability to recover from the last season every year.
What you have to do. You can't not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's part of the game. All right, Don. Well, shall I bring it home?
Let's bring her home.
All right, I'm gonna do this in a jazz station DJ voice tonight because it's starting to give out of here. Just trying to talk like a normal person, so I'm just gonna lean into it, Don. Okay, so here we go.
Sounds good.
Friends, we'd love to have the chance to interview you and shout you out if you're a subscriber and a football fan. If you'd like to nominate someone to be a guest on our podcast, please let us know. Our DMs are open on all the social platforms. And folks, when you subscribe to our podcast, you help us to keep spreading the love in our community. And the best way to help this podcast grow is by sharing it with your friends and family.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go.
That's right. I'm going to do this. Sorry. Because we love you.
I love that you're trying it, Don. This is
I'm
great.
trying so hard. We're so glad to know you. Don't laugh so much.
I can't stop laughing. You're killing me. Oh my God.
To be fans of you and have the luxury of being fans of the most storied team in the NFL.
Oh.
We appreciate your support, your subscriptions, and sharing our pod. And we look forward to seeing you next week on
Hey, we like your pod.